Hi. Welcome to our special edition Christmas episode of Cooking with the Casey. We got Raven over here, as usual, my little helper. We got the camera woman, Ashlyn, behind the camera. Pops is in the living room cutting up snacks. We're going to have some summer sausage in a minute. Right now I'm just going to take you around and show you everything. We got a lot of stuff to do today, so it's going to be kind of a long one. I have the yams, the sweet potatoes, that is, boiling for the sweet potato mashed potatoes, and we're going to add some cinnamon and sugar and butter to that. We got the LeSueur peas with mushrooms and pearl onions. That's going to be pretty good. I like those LeSueur peas. I pulled out the Cajun classic pot because I'm going to make some etouffee to put on top of the fish. Today we're going to be doing fried fish ACADIANA. What that is that's fried fish. You can use any kind of fish. Today we're just going to use what I normally use, tilapia, and we're going to fry it. And what we're going to do is make some etouffee and put a couple cups of rice cooking, and we're going to put it on top of the rice, the etouffee, and then put a piece of fish on it and dump some more etouffee on top. It's going to be delicious. Just wait and see. But anyway, I pulled out the Cajun classic. I bust this little old pot out for the special stuff. That's my baby right there. It's a big old cast iron coated pot. We got 2 pounds of the crawfish tails, Boudreaux's crawfish tails. Our regular ingredients, we got cayenne, salt, black pepper. You're going to need some flour. You're going to need a stick of butter. You're going to need celery. You're going to need green onion, bell pepper, garlic, onions, mushrooms, and you're also going to need a can of rotel, and you're going to need some tomato paste and a little bit of cream, some evaporated milk. That's all for the etouffee, okay? Now for another one of our little side dishes, I'm going to do a cheddar cheese and jalapeno Johnny cake. It's cornbread with jalapenos and cheese in it. I got the oven set on 400, ready to go. And then over here we got our little station set up with the fish. What you want to do is just get your little bowl ready and put your little pan ready and get your fish fry going in there. Today we're going to be using some Oak Grove. It's some really good stuff. It's from Louisiana. And then I'm also using Ronnie's Boudin seasoning. I put that on the fish last night and I let it marinate. This is a really good Boudin and crackling house down in Baton Rouge. See, I got the fish marinating overnight, so that's ready to go. I'm fixing to do that in just a second. And then we're also going to have our normal side dish that we have with every holiday, is a little deviled egg. But we do our deviled eggs a little bit different. We make a crab boil bomb. Okay, what I do, I always put a cap of crab boil in my deviled eggs mix because it's really good. It seasons it real good. But I started a new tradition for the holidays. We did that on Thanksgiving. I don't know if you saw the pictures or not, but I put a whole cap of crab boil in one of the deviled eggs, and we played deviled egg roulette and see who gets it. And of course, I ended up getting the damn thing on Thanksgiving, and it was hot. So I think this time I'm going to put 2 caps in it. But that's what we're doing today. It's going to be a long process. We got a lot of stuff to do. I got a package today. I want to give a shout out to Lulu. See, as you can see, I already ate most of it, and I got my ring on too. It's awesome. What? And then, other than that, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, all that good stuff. I'm gonna be giving y'all a little bit of like family history and stuff as I cook, and talking about where we came from and how we got here to Louisiana, and where we're at now, and yada yada, whatever. But have a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate. And this is what we're doing today. And bear with us because it's going to be a long one today. We'll be right back. Alright, we're back. Now the potatoes, the sweet potatoes are done boiling. I wanted to show y'all. Now I usually don't measure anything. That's just how I cook. So I usually put about a half a stick of butter. A little bit of cream. Now, like I said, you know, I don't measure stuff. I just kind of look at it and whatever I think is right. When it comes to the cinnamon and sugar, what I like to do is I just coat the top of the potatoes, and that's plenty, because it's all going to get mixed in anyway. And if it needs more, you can add more. You can always add, but you can't take out. So, you know, try not to put a whole lot. And then the sugar. And so that's usually what I do. I just put a little bit, and then if it needs more, I add as I go. Then you just mix them up, mash them. And they're done. Now this is your creamed mashed sweet potatoes with cinnamon and sugar. It's still a little bit early to put these on because the peas, all they got to do is be heated up. They come out of the can. So now this, I have all my veggies going. They're actually ready to add the flour and everything. We'll get to that in just a second. I want to put a couple pieces of fish in first to have them going. What you do is you just take a stick of butter, put it in your pot, put all your veggies, your garlic, onion, mushrooms, celery, green onion, everything. Put it all in there, and then just let it cook down. I like to save a little bit of the green onions to throw in after it's done, just to make it look a little pretty. Now for the fish, heat your oil up, and what I do is I put an onion in there, just not a whole one, just cut up a few pieces and throw it in there to season the oil. See, it's cooking in there. Now, I don't put any kind of egg or anything. I just take my fish. It's been sitting in seasoning all night. All I do is just batter it and throw it in there. I don't do anything else to it. Just throw some batter on there. Doesn't have to be perfect. And it's ready to go in the pot. Now, you got that going. I always have a pan ready to put it in too. As you can see, we got all the eggs peeled. On the next take, whenever we come back, I'm going to show you what to do with all that. Now, for your etouffee. I wanted to give another quick shout out to some of my family over in Texas. They sent us some gifts. And I got these nifty little Christmas mitts. Thank you, Krista and Laura and Aunt April and Uncle Stan and everybody over there. Your husbands and everything too. So I'm using these on the show today just to show y'all, let y'all know. And anyway, for the etouffee, have some flour handy. And after your veggies get done, I like to cook mine until the onions are just a little bit transparent, you see? And then that's good enough, because you don't want to cook them all down to nothing, because you want to have some of those veggies in your etouffee. Now, like I said, I usually don't measure anything. But I like to get a fork, and I put about, it depends on how big the pot is I'm cooking or whatever. I usually put about 5 scoops. Now this is for your roux. Okay, now whoever doesn't know what that is, a roux is a base for a lot of the dishes here in Southeast Louisiana. It's mainly flour, either flour and butter or flour and oil. Okay, and it has different consistencies and different color for the dish you're cooking. Now this roux base is just going to be a light base. We're not going to brown it or anything. We're not going to have any color to it. It's just going to, I'm just mixing it in with the butter and cooking it down just a little bit, mainly as kind of a thickening agent. Now, after you add, excuse me, it's hot in here. After you add your flour, you get it all mixed in nice and good. It actually looks like I need one more little scoop in there. That should be good. Now, after you get that mixed in real good, what you want to do then is add a can of Rotel, which I drained the liquid out, so it's just the tomatoes and chilies. And then you want to add a whole box of seafood stock. Okay, just 32 ounces. This is good stuff for making any kind of dish that has seafood in it. You know, gumbo or bisque or etouffee or whatever you're going to cook. This is really good stuff right here. Then what I do is I'll fill that box up with water and have it on standby. But first, take that fish, because it is done. And you want to fill this up with some water, have it on standby. Then after this starts boiling real good, not until it starts boiling though. When it starts boiling, you want to add your crawfish, which I have waiting on me in the fridge, and your tomato paste. Now, I know I usually don't add the whole can. I just add it until it's at the right thickness. And then the last little thing you want to do is pour some cream in it. Okay? Now, when we come back, this should be boiling really good. I'll add a little bit of water, my tomato paste, and the crawfish. Alright? And that'll be almost it for the etouffee. So far, we have the potatoes done, a couple pieces of fish ready. I'm about to do some more. Fixing to throw the crawfish in. When we get back, I'm going to show you how to finish off your etouffee. Probably going to start the peas. Then I'm going to show you what to do with that crab oil and the eggs. So we'll be right back, and we'll be adding the crawfish in and getting everything else done. And I'm going to give you a little bit of family history on our part. So we're okay. All right, we're back. few more pieces. Now, this step, after your stuff starts boiling, like I said, you want it to be boiling real good. You can season it now. I just use your basics, like I said. A little bit of red pepper, some cayenne. And remember, you can always add, but you can't take away. So start out small, and if you need to add some more, you can add some more. Black pepper. Some salt. And I'm going to throw a little bit of parsley flake in there. Stir that in real good. Then I am going to spoon in a little bit of my tomato paste. You want the paste now, thick stuff, not the sauce. Now a lot of people, I've said this a million times, but a lot of people in Louisiana, excuse me, had sneezed. A lot of people in Louisiana have debates over stuff being, you know, oh, it should be red sauce, it should be brown sauce, blah, blah, blah. I like my etouffee to be red because the tomato base goes real good with the seafood, and it's just the way I am. Now, I know people that cook it with the brown base, with the roux, but I don't like it as good as I like the red, so that's what we're doing today. Anyway, after you get your tomato paste stirred in real good, I used almost a whole can, not quite. I'm going to see how that looks, and then if I need some more, I'll add some more. Now, get that stirred in real good. I've had a lot of people influence my cooking, mainly the women in the family, especially my nanny, which is my great aunt, Mary Jane, and my grandma and my mom. My mom had a lot of good recipes too. My family came over here. My great-grandpa, James Dennis Casey Sr., the original, he came over here in around 1902, 1903, and he came from Ireland. So we're Irish. And when he got here, he came to New Orleans, and he met a little Creole lady named Thelma Eugenie. And they eventually fell in love and had my grandpa, James Dennis Casey Jr. And then when he grew up, he met a woman named Joan Adele, who was a Blackfoot Native American. They fell in love. They had my dad, which is James Dennis Casey III. And then him and Grandpa moved up to Colorado for a few years. Uh-oh. Fish broke. And they met my mom. They ran a bar up there called the Bayou Coon Shanty. And my mom, she had some German blood in her, named Sonia. And then came me, the Cajun mad scientist. So I'm an Irish, Cajun, Native American, German, Creole mutt puppy. And these are my offspring. This crazy one and that crazy one. So, that's just a little bit of my family history. And now, last thing I'm going to show you before we come back is we're going to throw the crawfish in now. See how it's got that nice pink color? Look. I don't know if you can see it in that camera. It's kind of janky, but it's got a nice pink color. You want to throw your crawfish in now. Because crawfish, the reason you want to put that in till last is because any kind of seafood, it generally doesn't take very long to cook. So, crawfish, it's only going to take a few minutes of boiling before it's done. Now this is 2 pounds of Boudreaux's crawfish. It's just the tail meat. The tail meat and some of the head fat. See that orange stuff? That's the head fat. Some good seasoning. Now, you're going to stir that in real good. And that's only going to take a few minutes, like I said. It's going to be done here shortly, and we're going to be pouring that over our fish. Now when we come back, we'll be finishing everything up, talk a little bit more about whatever, and plate everything up. We'll be right back. Alright, we're back. This is the last little part. We're going to plate everything up. We got some crawfish étouffée. Got some mashed sweet potatoes with sugar and cinnamon and butter. And we got the peas with pearl onions and mushrooms. I just pulled the Johnny cake out. We got some cheddar cheese and jalapeno cornbread there. Some fried fish and a little bit of rice. What you want to do, you know what, let's save that for last. What you want to do is you want to put your sides on there. Put a little rice. Get you some of that étouffée. Slap you a piece of fish on it. Top it with a little more étouffée. Oh, we're making a mess. We got catfish ACADIANA, which is crawfish étouffée over fried fish with rice. Got our sides, which is the sweet potatoes and peas. And all I got to do now is cut a little piece of the Johnny cake off. And that's it. That is our Louisiana Christmas Eve feast. Ooh, it's hot in here. We're going to go eat. I want to give a shout out to all my family. Everybody over in Mississippi, everybody in New Orleans, everybody up in Colorado, everybody over in New Mexico. That's about it. All my crazy Facebook friends and family too. Love y'all. This is the Cajun Mad Scientist and the family.
And Junior Casey.
Raven Casey. Ashlyn Casey. James Casey. Pops is in there. We're all ready to eat.
I'm the Junior Mad Scientist.
1, 2, 3, 4.